All right, so today we're going to really dig into FitLine's PowerCocktail and Restorate supplements.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we've got tons of research here.
Mm-hmm.
We've got ingredient lists and explanations of where all the ingredients come from, the potential benefits.
Right.
Even some stuff about their nutrient transport concepts. Yeah, or NTC.
NTC.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to see if these drinks live up to the hype.
I think that's something a lot of people are curious about, yeah.
What do you think is the most interesting thing about these supplements?
Well, just looking at the material. Yeah. One thing that jumps out at me is that they're going beyond just the basic vitamins and minerals.
Right.
They're combining, all these plant extracts and other ingredients that, you
Right.
often hear about, but individually.
Uh-huh.
So I'm really curious to see if those work better together. You know what I mean?
Right. So with PowerCocktail,
Yeah.
it claims to boost your energy, your immunity, and your digestion.
Oh, wow.
And it's just one drink.
That's a tall order.
Right? Can it really do all that?
Yeah.
And then the ingredient list is huge E.
Yeah.
There's guarana, broccoli sprouts, acerola cherry,
Wow.
even onion extract.
Really?
So what is the logic behind packing in so many different things?
Yeah. So I think the idea there is synergy.
Okay.
They're trying to get these ingredients to work together
Yeah.
to create an effect that's greater than just all the individual ingredients,
Uh-huh.
So take energy, for example.
Okay.
You mentioned, I think before, you're wanting to feel more energized in the mornings.
Yeah, oh, totally.
So this has guarana,
Right.
which is a natural source of caffeine.
Yeah.
But instead of just giving you, a quick caffeine jolt, they've also added this multi-enzyme complex.
Okay.
They're supposed to help your body break down the food and absorb the nutrients more efficiently.
Okay, so it's not just about getting the caffeine into your system. It's about making sure your body can actually use it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So how does that tie into this NTC concept they keep mentioning?
So that's where it gets kind of interesting.
Okay.
So NTC is all about timing. FitLine claims that this unique formulation, delivers nutrients to your cells at the right time.
Right.
For maximum benefit.
Okay.
So theoretically, by taking this in the morning, you're not only getting the guarana energy boost,
Right.
but you're also priming your body
Interesting.
to better absorb all the other nutrients throughout the day.
Okay, so it's carefully orchestrated.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So speaking of ingredients,
Yeah.
let's talk about immunity.
Right.
So you'd think they'd just load it up with vitamin C or something, but they've also got things like broccoli sprouts.
Yes.
Which I know are packed with antioxidants.
Just broccoli, yeah.
So what's the thinking there?
So broccoli sprouts contain sulforaphane,
Okay.
which is a really powerful antioxidant. And it's been studied, potentially for its cancer-fighting properties and stuff.
Wow. Okay.
And then they have acerola cherry,
Yeah.
which is a vitamin C powerhouse.
Okay.
So, that's thought to help the immune system.
Right.
But then there's also green tea extract, turmeric, even onion extract.
Oh, wow.
They're really trying to hit immunity from all angles.
It's like a full-on party in a glass for your immune system.
Exactly.
But what about the digestion claims?
Right.
I see they've included fiber, but does that really make a difference?
Fiber is really important for digestive health.
Yeah.
It helps keep you regular,
Uh-huh.
It helps support the good bacteria in your gut, and it can even, help regulate your blood sugar.
Really?
And they didn't just include any old fiber.
Okay.
They've got oat fiber, pea fiber, rice fiber, apple fiber. It's a whole mix in there.
Wow, they really went all out on the fiber front.
Yeah, they did.
Plus, they've got those lactic acid cultures, which are good bacteria.
Right.
That help keep your gut happy and healthy.
Yes.
But is it enough to actually improve digestion?
That's a good question.
Or is it just marketing?
Yeah, we'd have to really dig into the research and see if there's evidence to support their claims.
Uh-huh.
But it is interesting that they're taking this, multi-pronged approach.
Right.
Targeting different aspects of digestion.
Right.
With all these different ingredients.
It makes you wonder if it's more effective than just taking a separate fiber supplement or a probiotic,
Yeah, it all comes back to that synergy we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about Restorate.
Okay.
This is their nighttime drink.
Right.
It's supposed to help your body regenerate. And maybe even enhance athletic performance.
Really?
And surprise, surprise, NTC is part of their claims here too.
So we're going from a morning boost to a nighttime recovery drink.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm curious, how does the NTC concept work differently with Restorate?
So they say that taking this at night, when your body is naturally in repair and recovery mode, allows these minerals that they've included to be used more effectively.
Okay.
So, for example, they have calcium.
Right.
But they have it in 3 different forms. Calcium carbonate, calcium lactate, and calcium citrate.
Wow, okay.
And they all, absorb differently.
Okay.
So they're trying to ensure that, you have a steady supply throughout the night.
So they're not just like throwing calcium in there. They're really thinking about how your body absorbs it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Throughout the night.
That's really interesting. What about the other minerals?
Right. So they've got magnesium, which is really important for, your muscles and your nerves.
So recovery, right.
Yeah. And for energy production and even like maintaining a healthy heartbeat.
Wow.
And just like calcium, they've included it in 2 different forms, magnesium carbonate and magnesium citrate.
Okay.
So again, trying to get that optimal absorption.
It's like they created this like carefully calibrated mineral cocktail to support your body overnight.
Exactly. That's amazing.
And what's really cool is that calcium and magnesium work together.
Oh,
because like they're a really good pair for bone health.
Oh, that makes sense.
They've also included zinc gluconate, which is really important for your immune system, and iron citrate, that helps with oxygen transport and red blood cell production.
They really packed this drink with minerals.
Yeah, they really did.
What about other ingredients, though?
Yeah.
I read that it contains beta-carotene.
It does.
Which is good for, like, your eyes and skin, right?
Yes. So beta-carotene is converted to vitamin A in your body.
Okay.
And that's super important for your vision, for your immune function, and for healthy skin.
Right.
And it's a powerful antioxidant.
It's amazing how they fit so many different nutrients in one drink.
I know. It's pretty impressive. So what else is in there?
Well, get this.
Yeah.
They've also included natural aromas in Restorate that are supposed to, like, help with sleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Aromatherapy has been associated with, like, relaxation and sleep enhancement.
Right.
So it's a really interesting addition.
That's so cool that they're thinking about, like, sleep holistically.
Yeah.
Not just giving you minerals to recover.
Exactly.
But actually helping you sleep better.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But with all these ingredients, I mean, are there any downsides? Like side effects or anything we should be aware of?
That's an important question.
Yeah.
We should definitely explore that further.
All right, so let's take a closer look at those potential side effects when we come back after the break. Okay, so we've talked about all the potential benefits, all these ingredients, but like, what about the other side of the coin? What about downsides?
Right. Yeah, we need to be realistic, right? We can't just assume everything's perfect.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that even though we're talking about, vitamins and minerals, natural extracts,
right. Yeah.
You can still have too much of a good thing.
Right, right.
So moderation is key with any kind of supplement.
So even if it's natural, it's still like you got to be mindful.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are there any specific ingredients in FitLine that like we should be extra cautious about?
Well, one thing that comes to mind with PowerCocktail is the fructose.
Okay.
Which is a natural sugar found in fruits.
Right.
Now, it does have a lower glycemic index than glucose, but if you have too much, it can still contribute to some metabolic issues.
Like what?
Like insulin resistance, fatty liver disease, things like that.
So it's a good reminder that even natural sugars, you can't just go crazy.
Exactly. Moderation. Always.
What about Restorate? Are there any ingredients in there that like stand out as potentially risky?
Yeah, one ingredient that I think warrants a closer look is chromium picolinate.
Okay, and what is that exactly?
So chromium is an essential trace mineral, and it's thought to maybe help regulate blood sugar.
Right.
But some studies have raised some concerns about the long-term effects of this particular form of chromium.
Like, what kind of concerns?
Well, there's some research suggesting that long-term use of chromium picolinate could be linked to, like, DNA damage.
Oh, wow.
And potentially even an increased risk of certain cancers.
That's definitely concerning.
Yeah, it's something to think about, especially if you're considering taking Restorate on a regular basis.
Right, like this isn't a one-time thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So it sounds like we need more research to, like, really understand the risks and benefits of that.
Absolutely, yeah. More research is definitely needed.
And I guess this brings up a good point, too, about talking to your doctor, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's crucial.
Like before starting any new supplement regimen.
Especially if you have any pre-existing health condition.
Right.
Or if you're taking any medication.
Because I imagine those can interact.
They absolutely can, yeah.
And certain ingredients might not be good for people with certain health issues.
Exactly. And it's important to remember, these supplements are meant to complement a healthy diet and lifestyle, not replace them.
So it's not like you can just drink a power cocktail and expect everything to be magically fixed.
Right, exactly. It's not a quick fix.
You still need to eat your fruits and vegetables.
Absolutely, yeah.
And exercise.
And get enough sleep.
All that good stuff.
All the fundamentals.
So it sounds like it's all about balance.
Exactly, yeah.
And like being mindful of what you're putting into your body.
And making informed choices.
Okay, so just to kind of recap where we are so far.
Yeah.
We've explored the potential benefits of these two drinks, Power Cocktail and Restorate.
Right.
We've dug into these crazy ingredient lists.
They are pretty extensive.
And we've talked about some potential downsides, some things to be cautious about.
Exactly.
So with Power Cocktail, the main claims are boosting energy, immunity, and digestion.
Right.
They have things like guarana for an energy lift.
Yes.
A blend of fibers and probiotics to support gut health.
That's right.
With Restorate, it's designed for that nighttime recovery.
Yeah, like a nightcap.
Yeah, and maybe even to enhance athletic performance.
Right.
They've got that blend of minerals, including calcium and magnesium.
In multiple forms.
Right, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they work together to, support bone health.
Exactly.
We also touched on this NTC concept.
Right, the nutrient transport concept.
Yeah, that FitLine uses.
It's about timing.
Right, timing the delivery of nutrients.
For maximum effectiveness.
It's a really interesting concept.
It is.
But I guess it's important to remember, it hasn't been, super extensively studied.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's hard to say for sure how effective it really is.
Right, but it's definitely an interesting approach.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So before we move on, I'm curious, what stood out to you the most in our deep dive so far?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's that sheer variety of ingredients and this whole concept of synergy.
Yeah.
Like the idea that combining these different things could actually create a greater effect than taking them individually. That's pretty fascinating to me.
Yeah, it really makes you think about, the potential of personalized nutrition.
Absolutely.
And how, you could maybe have targeted combinations of nutrients to, really optimize your health.
Right, fine-tuning everything.
Right, exactly.
But I think it's important to balance that excitement with, a healthy dose of skepticism.
Sure, yeah.
We need more research, right?
Yeah.
To really understand how all these ingredients interact and if those benefits actually translate to the finished product.
Yeah. So being informed, making educated decisions.
Exactly.
So we've covered the science, we've talked about the ingredients.
Right.
Well, what about you personally? After learning all this, what are your thoughts on these supplements? Would you consider trying them?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, I'd be a little hesitant to just jump right in.
Without doing a bit more research, on my own. I mean, the potential benefits are really intriguing.
Yeah.
Especially this whole synergy thing.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It is interesting.
But I would want to see more evidence to really back those claims up,
Yeah.
And plus, we were talking about the chromium picolinate in Restorate.
Yeah.
That's kind of a red flag for me,
Yeah, I understand that.
Potential long-term effects and all that.
Right. Yeah, it's good to be cautious.
So what would you say to someone who's on the fence, trying to decide whether to try these supplements or not?
Well, I think the most important thing is to be an informed consumer.
Okay.
We've done our deep dives here, but do your own research,
Right.
Read reviews, talk to your doctor.
Right.
See if these products are really right for you.
Especially with the doctor thing, I mean, considering those potential interactions with medications and stuff.
Absolutely,
and everyone's body is different.
That's very true.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing.
Right, and reading reviews can be helpful too.
Oh, yeah.
Just to see how other people react to it.
Yeah, do they experience any side effects?
Yeah.
Do they feel the benefits are worth it?
Exactly, and speaking of worth it, you got to consider the cost too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
These products aren't exactly the cheapest thing out there.
Right.
So you got to weigh the potential benefits against the price tag.
Yeah, would I be better off spending that money on, just really good food?
Right, or other lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
That could support your health.
Exactly.
Supplements should never be seen as a replacement for a healthy lifestyle.
You can't just take a pill.
Right, exactly.
Expect everything to be perfect.
All about building that foundation.
Yeah.
Of good nutrition, exercise, sleep, all that stuff.
Right. Those are the non-negotiables.
Yeah, the essentials.
So if someone did decide to try these FitLine products,
Yeah.
what would you recommend? Like, how should they approach it?
I think it's good to have a test and see kind of mindset.
Okay.
You know, pay attention to how your body feels, track any changes,
Right.
be willing to adjust, or even stop if you need to.
That makes sense.
It's all about listening to your body, right?
Yeah.
And making those choices that are right for you.
Right. So it's about being empowered, really,
Yeah.
to make those decisions for yourself.
Informed decisions.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
You know, from energy boosts to sleep support,
Right.
antioxidants, side effects, the whole 9 yards.
The whole shebang.
I hope this deep dive has, given everyone listening the information they need
Yeah.
to, like, navigate this whole world of supplements.
It's a complicated world out there.
It is.
Lots of choices.
But hopefully they feel more empowered now
Yeah, that's the goal.
to make choices that are right for them.
Absolutely.
So for our listeners, any, like, final words of wisdom?
Just remember, these supplements are meant to complement a healthy lifestyle, not replace it.
Don't expect a miracle.
Exactly. And be an informed consumer.
Yeah.
Do your research, read reviews, talk to your doctor.
Don't just buy into the hype.
Exactly. Think critically.
Yeah.
Ask questions. Consider your own needs.
And remember, everyone's different.
That's so important.
What works for one person might not work for another.
Very true.
So pay attention to your own body.
Listen to those signals.
Be willing to adjust or stop if you need to.
Exactly.
Well, this has been a fascinating conversation.
It has.
I've learned a lot.
Me too.
And I hope our listeners have as well.
I hope so.
I want to encourage everyone to keep learning, keep asking questions.
Yes.
Take an active role in your own health.
Be proactive.
And if you're curious about other health and wellness topics, stay tuned because we have more deep dives coming soon.
Always exploring new things.
Until then, stay curious.
Stay informed.
And as always,
Stay healthy.